Welcome back. It's been described as the celebrity birth of the year, the arrival of twins to Hollywood A-listers Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt. It sparked a media frenzy in Nice in the French Riviera, where Knox, Leon and Vivian Marcheline were born. Local newspaper Nice Matin broke the story about the twins' arrival last Sunday. The paper estimated the value of their first pictures at more than $11 million and reported that the rights had been sold to a US publication with proceeds going to charity. So the Bradangelina clan expands by two. To discuss more of the phenomenon behind the brand, I'm joined in the studio by celebrity PR Max Clifford and from Paris, Sandra Salazar of France's Voici magazine. Sandra, you clearly had a reporter in Nice covering the story. How much really can you get on a story like this down at the hospital?
It's very difficult because it's handled very professionally by Brad Pitt and Angelina, really. They have a very efficient PR team and security team, and they really have really have thought the whole thing over on how to manage the news and how to keep secrecy and how to launch false rumors. And everything was all rumors and mixed up since the beginning, so it was really difficult for us to actually choose what was true or not. In all the information that we got, that was a lot, and most of it was conflicting.
Max Clifford, have we ever seen anything like it?
Yes, there's been lots like it, but this is the biggest.
Why?
Because they're such big stars, both of them. I mean, two of the biggest stars in the world. And there's a huge interest for stars and babies.
But how much have they contributed to that themselves by going to such great lengths to manage the story?
Well, what they've done is what every star wants to do, to have as much control as possible of anything that goes in the media.
And are they better at it than anybody else has been, and is that why it's so big?
I wouldn't say they're better at it than anybody else, but they're very good at it, and obviously they've got good people around them. So that, you know, as and when it appears, one, they get the maximum money. They have the maximum control over what pictures come out, so the only pictures the world will see will be pictures that they're happy with. And of course, by bringing in a charity, which we're told a vast amount of the money is going to, it's a good public relations exercise for them as well. So,
but didn't they take a decision some time ago that if they were going to have the paparazzi follow them around, then it might as well be of benefit for their charity work? So for example, when Angelina Jolie goes on a UNICEF trip, the paparazzi trail her on that trip, and then the rest of the time they're pretty private.
No, I mean, you know, obviously they know how to work the media. It's good for them, it's good for the media. But the point I'm making is that if they hadn't have been giving a large amount of the vast sums which reputedly they're getting for these pictures, people would have criticised them. People would have said, well, you're greedy. They don't need the money. So by doing this, it's a very good PR move for them, and everybody wins.
Sandra Salazar in Paris, did Voici magazine bid for the pictures?
No, we didn't. No.
Because?
Absolutely not. Because we've never done that before, and I would be curious to see actually the face of my editor when I ask for $11 million for the cover story. I'm not sure he would agree.
Let me ask you, do Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, if they're on the cover of your magazine, increase your sales?
Well, yeah, actually they do. They do. You just put them on the cover of any magazine, not just Voici, and all of a sudden sales fly high. I mean, they raise immediately because they personalize glamour. They're young, they're successful. Everything they do is good. You know, they're personalized so many good things about the human race that everybody wants to identify, and everybody wants to know. Everybody wants to do the same, basically. Or there's anyway a certain amount of respect and admiration for them that makes them extremely appealing.
Max Clifford, you obviously are an old hand when it comes to celebrities. To what do you attribute the growth and the involvement of the celebrity status over the last few years? Do you think we could be witnessing something like this perhaps 10, 15 years ago?
Well, I think there's always been a huge interest in stars, and every year more and more people seem to be influenced by stars and celebrities. And of course the media feeds off them, and they feed off the media. So as long as it sells newspapers, magazines and television programs, there's a great appetite for stars and celebrities.
It's a symbiotic relationship, obviously, because it almost makes Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt even bigger in Hollywood with the agents and within the movie industry, this kind of hype and celebrity as well.
Of course, the bigger they are, the more attention, the more publicity, then obviously the more attention to any movies they might be doing. But of course, the fact of the matter is that any publishing group that is paying vast sums of money has done so after very, very careful market research, that we're paying this out, we get this back from syndication, but our circulation and what we get back will justify it.
How long do you think it can continue? I'm talking not only about the Brad Pitts and Angelina Jolies of this world, but this huge growth in paying for photographs, paying for film rights, etc., by magazines and individual television companies.
As long as the democratic world has a huge appetite for stars and everything about them, then it will continue to grow because the media thrives off it and the stars thrive off the media.
So in a time of perhaps a downturn in the economy, it's still a growth industry?
It's one of the few growth industries right now around the world.
We have to leave it there. Max Clifford in London, Sandra Salazar in Paris, thank you both very much indeed.
Thank you.
And don't forget to check out our website. Log on to cnn.com/correspondence to see the programme again. You can also view our archive, take part in the quick vote and read the blog. That's all at cnn.com/correspondence. Well, that's all for this edition of the programme. Tune in again next time for another look at how the media are handling the big issues. I'm Fionnuala Sweeney. Thanks for joining us.